For over 4,000 years, humanity has searched for one mythical object, a vessel said to have carried the last remnants of life through the greatest disaster in human memory, Noah's Ark. But in 2024, a group of international researchers claimed to have made a discovery so profound, so earth-shattering, that it sent ripples through the scientific world and shook religious communities to their core. What they uncovered beneath the Turkish mountains may force us to question everything we thought we knew about the past. But this story isn't just about wood, rocks, and radar scans. This is about belief, about silence, about what happens when ancient legends bleed into modern science, and the world doesn't know how to react. Our journey begins in the remote highlands of eastern Turkey. Here, Mount Ararat pierces the clouds like a sleeping giant. Its jagged peak has long been the stuff of whispered tales. According to Genesis, this is where Noah's Ark came to rest, after 150 days floating above a world drowned in water. For centuries, it was dismissed as legend, just a myth passed down from shepherds and scribes, until someone looked closer. Just 18 miles south of Ararat's summit lies a strange geological feature. At first glance, it looks like a natural hill, warped by time. But then you notice the shape. Massive, symmetrical, unmistakable. A boat, embedded in the earth, as if something enormous had crashed here and was slowly swallowed by time. They call it the Darupanar Formation, a mysterious boat-shaped structure stretching 538 feet long, nearly identical to the biblical dimensions of Noah's Ark. September 11th, 1959. Turkish Army Captain İlhan Darupanar was flying a routine reconnaissance mission when he spotted something odd carved into the mountainside. "What in God's name is that?" he whispered as the pilot circled back. Beneath them was the shape of a ship, massive, unnatural, buried in solid rock. The photo made headlines. Adventurers swarmed in, but skeptics were quick to dismiss it as coincidence, just a freak of nature. Then, something happened that science couldn't ignore. In 1977, American researcher Ron Wyatt arrived with a team to investigate. The area had recently been rocked by an earthquake. When they arrived, they found the formation had cracked open. What they saw inside stunned them. "We could see ribs," Wyatt later said, his voice shaking. "It was like the skeleton of some prehistoric beast. Wood turned to stone, but shaped with precision. It wasn't proof, not yet, but it was enough to turn a curious hill into a global obsession." Fast forward to 2023, a new generation of scientists, equipped with tools that would have seemed like witchcraft to Wyatt, returned to the Darupanar site. Their mission? Solve the mystery once and for all. Leading the team was Dr. Andrew Jones, director of Noah's Ark Scans, in partnership with multiple universities in Turkey and the US. They deployed ground-penetrating radar. The results? Unnerving. Beneath the surface lay structured patterns, chambers, tunnels, shapes that don't belong in nature. And then they took soil samples. Enter Dr. Sarah Crabtree, a veteran soil scientist who'd studied ancient burial sites across the world. When she analyzed the soil chemistry, her blood ran cold. The potassium levels, the pH, the organic composition, it all points to something massive having decomposed here. The grass growing above the formation, a different color entirely. The soil, contaminated, altered by something ancient rotting beneath it. But what they found next was even stranger. Marine life. Buried nearly 7,400 feet above sea level, researchers uncovered traces of clay, mollusk shells, and fossilized sea creatures, all mixed within the formation. Dr. Ahmet Güler of Istanbul Technical University confirmed it. These are marine deposits. This site was underwater. Carbon dating of these materials revealed something shocking: 3,500 to 5,000 years old, a timeline that lands squarely within the biblical date range of the Great Flood. If true, this site was not just a mountain. It was once the bottom of an ocean. You'd expect a discovery like this to make global headlines, right? Wrong. Academic journals refused to publish the team's findings. Funding dried up. Media coverage, suspiciously quiet. Even Islamic scholars in Turkey, where Noah is a revered prophet, distanced themselves. Dr. Jones said, "People called us crazy. Even the government placed restrictions on the site. What are they so afraid of?" Access became limited. Armed guards began appearing. Whispers of a cover-up began circulating online. In early 2024, the team returned, quietly. Their radar scans now showed something even more precise. Internal chambers, tunnel-like formations, and angular walls buried within the boat-shaped rock. The structure matched Genesis almost too well. 515 feet, 49 feet. These are the exact measurements given in the Bible for Noah's Ark. But the scariest evidence didn't come from radar or geology. It came from an ancient slab of clay. Decades earlier, after World War II, a British soldier named Leonard Simmons brought home a strange artifact from the Middle East, a 4,000-year-old Assyrian tablet. In 2014, it landed in the hands of Dr. Irving Finkel of the British Museum. He translated the cuneiform and froze. The tablet described a flood, an ark, animals boarding 2 by 2, but not a ship with sails, a round vessel, a coracle, designed to survive a planet-wide catastrophe. Another version of the Noah story, ancient, eerie, and eerily specific. Flood legends weren't isolated to the Bible. They existed in China, Mesopotamia, Africa, the Americas. Every culture had a tale of a world-destroying flood and a boat. In early 2025, the story leaked. Social media exploded, newsrooms scrambled, churches rejoiced, skeptics scoffed, communities fractured. "This is proof," one pastor shouted. "The Bible was right." "This is nonsense," one geologist replied. "It's a rock. People are seeing what they want to see." Even tourists took sides. At Ken Ham's Ark encounter in Kentucky, attendance skyrocketed. "I brought my kids to see faith," one parent said. "Now I'm not sure what to believe anymore." Meanwhile, the Turkish government kept the site on tight lockdown. Core drilling, the one test that could confirm or debunk the structure, remained forbidden. Scientists begged for access. They were met with silence. Supporters like Professor Murat Avi provided seismic data showing the formation was surrounded by non-native limestone, suggesting artificial placement. But groups like Answers in Genesis dismissed the entire thing as mudflow trickery. Two camps, two realities, neither backing down. Today, the Darupinar Formation sits quietly beneath Turkish skies. Tour buses still arrive, pilgrims weep, skeptics squint at the rocks, but the truth remains buried. Is this Noah's Ark? Or is it the greatest natural illusion of all time? As technology advances and politics shift, we may one day get an answer, but here's the real question. Are we ready to face what that answer means? Whether you're a believer, a skeptic, or just someone searching for the truth, this story challenges everything we think we know about our past. If this opened your eyes to the mysteries still hidden in our world, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell, because there are more secrets buried beneath our feet than you can possibly imagine. And remember, some mountains don't just keep secrets, they bury them alive.